Van life is not always glamorous. It may seem that way on social media, but in this video, I'm going to show you the reality of a standard day. Good noon, people. You join me on a day where I have zero plans. But as you can see, the weather is absolutely beautiful. It really feels like the beginning of summer is upon us. But right now, I am parked in the services. I'd like to tell you where I am. I don't know. I think... Where was I coming from? Coventry. I must be on the M40, something like that. But one thing that I do know is that I'm pretty certain my fridge is empty. It's also switched off. That is how empty it is. But I am just going to sort of casually vlog today rather than do anything with a plan, because I don't have a plan. I usually wouldn't film days like today, so in between the adventures, you have to have these days where you're just milling about doing pretty much nothing and finding a random place to park. And the reason why I wouldn't usually show you that is because the sort of park-ups that you use are going to be a little bit boring. But that's the reality of van life. You can't have the nice scenery all the time. It's just not really sustainable to live like that. So I'm going to show you how it really is. We'll probably end up parking in a random supermarket or a lay-by or something like that. But days like this have to be done. I'm going to go and stock up on some food, and then we'll hit the road. It turns out there wasn't really much of a choice of food to stock up the fridge in there. So I've got myself a cheese and ham baguette, an iced coffee, and I think I'm going to go find a proper supermarket. Now don't judge me. I haven't gone all upper class or anything, but I'm going to find a Waitrose, because I went in there recently and they had the nicest beef sausages I've ever had. So I want to go find some of them. There's been a slight change of plan. So as you may know, I'm selling this van. I'm putting it up for sale in a couple of weeks or so. But I'm still undecided on what van to get next. But I've just looked on the map and there's a van dealership around here, about 5 miles away. So where the hell am I going? So basically, I'm going to head there now and just take a look at a few of the options. How the hell do we find this place? It's not down there. Oh look, farm shop on the left. We might have stumbled across a gem here. Oh well, I can see some vans poking out around that corner. Right. Do you know what? I'm just going to park it in the whatever the hell that is on the right and walk around there. There's an antique shop. There's a country sports shop. There's some sort of bakery called Jung's Express. Bread, pastries, coffee. I could pretty much live in this car park. In fact, I think I might. We appear to be lost. That van that was poking out there was just a single van on its own. There's some cars here, but they're not for sale. I don't know where we are. I'm just going to have a little wander about. It could be this place up here on the left. I mean, if it is, there's no one around to talk to.
Baxter Simpson Heritage, good afternoon.
Hello, mate. Yeah, I found your place on Auto Trader. I've just driven up here, but I can't actually spot where you are exactly.
If you've come down from the roundabout, from the bypass, our gate to come into here is the next gate down.
Hi.
Hello, mate.
Did I speak to you?
I did, yes. I just rang up. It's basically, it's going to be for a camper van.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to look at the sort of dimensions and the interior.
Lovely. Well, please have a look. It's open.
I want something that feels a little bit nicer in the front end, if that makes sense.
If you're going to spend all the money on a conversion.
Let's do the old squeak test. No, that's a beauty. I love a bit of this. It passes the squeak test, and it is nice in here. It's not quite as nice as the Vito. Would this one be classed as a T6 or a T6.1?
This one would be classed as a T6.1.
Well, I've ruled out the Renault traffic straight away. It just feels far too like van-like in the front. But can we fit through here? Yes, we can. But I didn't think about Vitos before, and I really like that. Also the Transit Custom. But I'm still not decided on anything in particular yet, but it's helped me a little bit to come to a slight decision. I was hoping to find somewhere that sold beef sausages. Is that a thing that I
Beef sausages?
Yeah.
I don't know if they've got any next door. I don't think so.
No, not to worry. That's absolutely
Sorry.
fine. No worries. Thank you anyway. A bit of a random request. Do you have beef sausages? No. Okay, no worries. Well, it looks like we do have to go and find a Waitrose after all so that we can secure the sausages of cow. But I want to get a few miles under my belt first, and well, basically I want to get through the worst bit of the M25. So I'm going to get that done, and then we'll go find the supermarket. It appears we did not quite make it through the M25 before we've hit this traffic of doom. And I've already had enough of it. I've been sat in it for about 15 minutes already, so I think I'm going to pull off at the next available exit. Okay, we have a picnic area in 1 mile. I think that might be home for the night. I have secured the goods. You may have noticed it was not from Waitrose though. It's from Tesco's, but I did find beef sausages in their finest range, so hopefully that'll be on par with Waitrose. Here we go. Oh look, there's even a toilet apparently. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I can't see a picnic area. Oh right, hold on, there's a little left turn up the end here. Hang on a sec. That's not a picnic area. Right, I'm just gonna rock up here for a minute and go and investigate. We appear to be joined by a lorry behind us. It's a bit noisy. Yeah, this round here is apparently where the picnic stop is. Well, would you look at that? Trust my luck, from the 2nd of January, this place has been permanently shut. I mean, inside there, you can see loads of nice little parking spots. It's nice and flat, there's toilets, there's a bin. It's basically a peaceful haven. Out here is pretty much hell on earth. Noise, no chance of a peaceful night's sleep, and every chance that a car's gonna veer off of the main road and crash sideways into my van. I guess I'm just gonna have to rely on that metal barrier that runs all the way down the edge of the lay-by to keep us nice and safe. God, it absolutely stinks around here. I've just got a cloud of urine enter my nasal passage. That is pretty grim. First things first, we want to whack the old CCTV on so we can keep an eye on anyone that approaches us. In fact, what the hell? Right, I literally just caught the end of that. That guy just walked past my van back towards his. I mean, I can only assume that hopefully he was doing the same thing as I was and checking out that picnic area. But that was a little bit suspicious. Surely he wouldn't do anything in broad daylight. Right, let's switch back to multi-camera view, and I'll just have to keep an eye on that situation. I have set my little office up because I realise that it is still quite bright out there in the picturesque scenery that you can see. And I think it's probably a little bit too early to start my dinner, because if I do, I'll end up being hungry when I'm going to bed and I don't have any other food. So I'm going to crack on and get a little bit of work done, and then we are going to cook up a storm that even Jupiter would be proud of. The second you step out here, you're hit in the face with a thick cloud of venom. It's disgusting. Anyway, do you not just love a peaceful, scenic, serene sunset, plus an astonishing dual carriageway in the foreground that gives the scene that picturesque depth that we all yearn to see. I honestly cannot stand the smell out here. I can't describe it. It's like, imagine if you had a hamster, or 15 hamsters, and they all just lived in a jar of their own urine, and then they all died. Quick, shut the door before the cloud follows us in here. Right, it's getting almost towards the time where I can start my dinner now. I'm getting excited, I'm very hungry. So allow me about 20 more minutes to admire the sun slipping away behind the picturesque scene of joy, and I'll be right with you to cook up this storm. We shall wait no more. The sun has officially disappeared, as you can see out the window. So let's have a look at the goods, shall we? We've got 6 Aberdeen Angus beef sausages. I'm not going to eat all of them, I'm not a maniac. And we've got British dry cured streaky bacon. Ideally I should use the metal grill plate, but I cannot wash up at the moment because I've got no water. I've basically got nothing in the van because next week I'm going away for a few days, and when I'm back I'm probably only going to use the van like once or twice before it goes up for sale, so we're running low on supplies. So instead, I think we're going to use the old, let's use this thing, and we'll simply whack that on top, and we won't have to worry about any mess. And there we have it, 4 succulent tubes of cow, each wrapped in 2 rashers of bacon. I might not eat them all because that is a bit excessive, but I can always have them cold for breakfast. And if you're wondering how I wash my hands without any water on board the van, Dettol cleansing surface wipes. I don't really know what mode to put this on because I've not done this before. Let's whack the temperature right up to 220, and then we'll put the time on 15 and we'll press play. It's looking a bit windy in there. I suppose that's the air doing its job of frying. Alright, we do need a bit of ventilation going on. And whilst we're waiting patiently for that, we can simply step outside for a breath of fresh. Right, they've had their 15 minutes now, but in my opinion, they need a little longer. But first I'm going to give them a little flip with my genius method of not having to wash up. Right, they've had the flip. Let's chuck them in for another 5 minutes. And there we have it. Whoa, that was nearly a big accident of oil all over my work surface. And after all that cooking, my battery is still on 89%. That Fogstar Drift Pro is honestly unbelievable. I know I said it a lot before, but I highly recommend those batteries. And there we have it, 4 of the most well-equipped, intelligent sausages in the world. Well, I've loaded 2 of them in single file. And there's only one thing left to do. Honestly, I am lost for words. Hang on, no, I've got a few coming. I can feel them. They're on the tip of my tongue. If this sausage had limbs, I would trust it to drive my van to a new location. But unfortunately, it doesn't. And I can't be bothered to drive, so I'm going to polish this right off and then we're going to settle in for the night. I've just been sat here watching my friends on YouTube, the Nomad Purr, and they are currently over in New Zealand. They've gone over there and they've rented a little camper van and they're exploring. And it looks absolutely incredible. It's given me some ideas, maybe I should go and do something like that. But currently, I am sat festering in a lay-by. But I'm going to pause that for now because there's something that I need to do outside of the van and I've been putting it off because I don't want to go out there and inhale the fumes again. But what I'm thinking is up the end bit where the old picnic place used to be, that smelt fine. So I need to hold my breath and get myself to that bit as quickly as possible. Run as fast as I can. I'm almost there. Oh yes. I can smell fumes from the traffic, but that is far better than what you can smell down the other end. I'm aware that you're not going to be able to see me very well, but basically I've bought a bottle of water, my toothpaste and my toothbrush. Usually I'd clean my teeth inside the van, but because I don't have water in there at the moment, this is my only option, and I certainly didn't want to do it down there. I'm genuinely not even in the slightest bit exaggerating. It really is that bad out there. But park-ups like this are okay. I mean, it depends what you want to do, obviously. But if I had water in the sink, first of all, I wouldn't have to get outside. And I usually do have water. But like, if you're going from A to B, or maybe A to C, but you just want to stop somewhere in between, which would be B, these sort of park-ups are fine. I mean, some people don't like the noise, so that's why they try and find somewhere a bit quieter. You can just stick earplugs in. I don't like to do that personally, because otherwise I'll miss my alarm in the morning and all that. And if some sort of savagery happens outside, I want to be able to hear what's going on. But there is one type of park-up that I really don't like, and that's when you're parked directly next to the road, because that way, every vehicle that comes past, the wind just rocks the van sideways. And it's so annoying when the van's just constantly moving. That's when I can't sleep. But if it's a day where all you want to do is literally cook your dinner, watch some TV and get some sleep, this sort of thing is fine. What I don't get is I've seen some people on like all the Facebook groups and that saying, oh, why have you got a TV in your van? Not to me, they say it just in general. Why do you have a TV in your van? It's pointless. The whole point of a camper van is that you can explore outside and be in nature and all that. But come on, I mean, yes, you can do that every now and again. It's nice to be outside. But some people just literally want to chill out in the back of their van for the evening, and there's nothing wrong whatsoever with having yourself a TV. But before I press play and continue watching mine, just to remind you, up above my cab divider I've got all the prizes for the giveaways that I'm doing each week, and in the morning I'll let you know who won last week's giveaway, and I'll also pick a new prize for next week's giveaway. But for now I'm going to continue watching my friends, continue being jealous of the fact that they're in New Zealand and I am in a lay-by, and I'll catch up with you guys hopefully after a peaceful night's sleep.
And pretty much being in the van driving the whole time. Yeah, it was a busy old day, and we've got a very similar day today. We've still got about another 4 hours to drive.
Good morning, people. I found a brilliant use for my earplugs. I actually slept quite well, to be fair. The traffic was very minimal during the night. Oh, it's getting through the gap. Quick, plug it up more. Yeah, the sun seems to have disappeared from our grasp this morning, which is a bit of a shame. I thought summer was upon us. Apparently not, but I can't complain. We're lucky enough to wake up to this epic scenery once again. I have made a bit of a schoolboy error though, and I'm not very happy about that. So as you know, coffee is a very important part of the morning. I went shopping yesterday. This is the ingredients that I have for my morning coffee. Coffee, and just coffee. There's no milk, and there's no water, and there's no sugar or honey or anything sweet to put in there. Oh no, wait a sec, we do have regular water down in here. So we could have an unsweetened coffee without milk. I don't really fancy that. So let's get out of this pleasant park up. I shall go and buy myself a coffee, and then we'll look over the prizes for the giveaways. Let's attempt to get out of this lay-by without having a collision, and I shall catch up with you guys when the caffeine has arrived. Why are they all in? Come on, you're supposed to move over, you imbeciles! And floor it. Come on, my son. Oh, we're literally only about 1 minute away from where we were just parked up, and there's another sign saying parking, and I'm guessing it's another lay-by, and there might be some sort of snack wagon in it. Let's hope there is. 1/4 mile away. Here we go. What is in the lay-by? Absolutely nothing. Brilliant. Large cinnamon latte.
Cinnamon.
No cinnamon. Large hazelnut latte. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay, why is that open? You may have noticed I was extremely well behaved. I avoided all of the bakery items. I've literally just got myself a large hazelnut latte, and I'm going to go to some sort of supermarket and just buy a few ingredients to cook myself some nice lunch today. So this beanie hat is what we're giving away in the next week's episode. It's got the AV logo on it, and don't trust me on this one because, as you know, I'm colour deficient, but I believe it's grey. Probably, but I'm sure you can see exactly what colour that is yourselves. And this is what we're giving away today. So this is the Ads Adventures thermal flask. It's got a simple little pop top lid there for one-handed action, and somebody is about to win that. So I'm going onto this random comment picker tool. You then just paste the link in from last week's video, and I assume you just hit fetch. Hang on a sec, there's options. Oh right, okay, so I can do it, like I can filter it so it's top rated comments only and things like that. But we're not doing that, we're leaving it on the anything goes option, because literally to win the prizes you don't have to comment about the prize or anything, you just leave any old comment. I mean, if it's a positive comment, obviously that's better for me. Tell me if you like hazelnut lattes, tell me your favourite lay-by, tell me if you like the video in general, what sort of content you want to see. Whatever it is, it works. So anything goes, we hit that button. It's loading the comments, and this is the winner here, Debbie Tressida Morecambe 267. I'll put the name on the screen and in the description as well. Oh, and it says the comment that she left here: absolutely love your vids ads, pigeon is looking good, with a little heart emoji. Thank you so much, Debbie. But I am obviously going to check that you are subscribed before I send you the prize. But yeah, if you can email me, the email will be in the description, and give me your address and we will sort out getting that bottle sent to you. I'm going to head to a supermarket and continue my journey. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I will catch you guys on the next episode.